right now we are going to look at 3 big lessons that we can learn from just one word. And if you apply them, it'll make a huge impact on the rest of your Spanish too. And the word is... So let's break it down and examine the 3 typical mistakes that are baked into English pronunciation of this word, and then we'll practice rebuilding it the right way. Have you ever noticed how when people are speaking Spanish quickly, they seem to say agua, agua?
Sistemas de extracción de agua real.
Vivo al lado del agua.
Cuando nadas por debajo del agua.
Debajo del agua.
That's because the G in agua is not the same as the G in gol or gato. When a G follows a vowel or any consonant besides N, it turns into a soft sound. In American English, we get a similar sound when we say the word sugar quickly. Sugar, sugar. And when a common word like agua has a soft sound, it tends to get reduced even further, basically so people can save time. So agua becomes agua. Agua, that's really common. But before going all the way to agua, focus on kind of the standard pronunciation, which is that soft r sound that I mentioned, similar to in the English sugar, sugar, when you say it quickly. So you can practice this in a phrase like quiero un vaso de agua, quiero un vaso de agua, or el agua está fría, el agua está fría. By the way, if you want to improve your pronunciation even more, check out the free Spanish pronunciation mini course that I have in the description below. The second challenge with this word comes with the last vowel, a. Most learners don't have too much trouble with the first a in agua, but the second one rolls around and we have a tendency to turn it into If you've ever heard someone talk about the schwa sound in English, this is what they mean. In working with students in my pronunciation course, I've seen how vowels that fall on unstressed syllables, like the second one in agua, the ones that don't get emphasized, or like in tortuga or música, the a in tortuga or música, those tend to be the ones that people have trouble with. So when you get to the end of agua or tortuga or música, make sure your a stays just as crisp and clear as the first one. Now, the next tip we're going to look at is going to help with this second a as well. This last mistake is one that's a fundamental difference between Spanish and English. In English, we emphasize our emphasized syllables a little bit more than Spanish speakers do in Spanish. We also de-emphasize our de-emphasized syllables even more. So in English, we tend to say water, water, where the first syllable is pretty noticeably emphasized and the second one is pretty noticeably reduced. Water, water. While Spanish speakers, when they say agua, both syllables are nearly identical in length. So when we say agua, the stress does fall on the first syllable, but that doesn't mean that we say agua, agua. It is barely longer, really, than the second syllable. As you practice this, your a sound in the second syllable will naturally get clearer too. So not agua, agua, but agua, agua. These tips do not just go for the word agua, but also words that contain agua, like paraguas, aguacate, aguar, aguacero, or aguafiestas. If you know what that last one means, let me know in the comments. If you practice the word agua, keeping the syllables nearly equal in length, softening the G, and not reducing that last a sound, those habits are going to work their way into the rest of your Spanish. And if you want to train yourself to avoid other common mistakes that English speakers make in Spanish, watch this video next.